Someone once approached me and excitedly shared the news. He had just had his first grandchild. I looked at him and I said, Mazel Tov, welcome to the human race. He was shocked. I then went on to explain what I meant. Because if you think about it, having offspring, children, is not limited to the human race. Animals, birds, they also have children of their own. They even care for them. However, grandchildren is something reserved for human beings. You'll never see a dog going out for a walk with its grandson, or a bird taking its grandchild under its wing, because the bond between grandparents and grandchildren is a gift that God gave only to human beings. In this week's parashat Vayechi, we read for the first time about the bond between a grandfather and a grandchild. We read about Jacob blessing his grandchildren. Jacob put his hands on the heads of his two grandsons, Menashe and Ephraim, and he blesses them, the Torah tells us. And then Jacob took it beyond the blessing. He declared, these grandchildren are like children. In fact, the Talmud takes a general message from this statement: sons of sons are like sons. Rabbi Lau once shared that when he visited Moscow in the late 1980s, an elderly gentleman walked him home from synagogue. During the conversation, the old man said to Rabbi Lau in tears, my one and only wish is to be able to go to Israel. To which Rabbi Lau responded, no problem. I have some connections and I will arrange everything that you need in order so that you can join me this coming Monday when I fly back. After a moment's silence, the old man said, actually, I changed my mind. I will stay here. He went on to explain that his daughter had married out and he had two grandchildren from her whom he visited once a month. He puts on his finest clothes. He travels by train 2 hours to a rural village to see them and spend time with them. He sits them on his nap. He teaches them to read the alphabet, basic blessings, Jewish songs, and stories of the Bible. If I leave, what will be with their Judaism? This is their only point of connection, he concluded. Somewhere today, there are two Jewish boys walking around with a knowledge of Judaism and a knowledge that they are Jewish. If only they knew what sacrifice their grandfather did so this can happen. I recently overheard a conversation between a grandfather and a grandson. Grandpa, I feel so bad for you, the child said. What a terrible childhood you had. How did you live without technology, without computers, without internet, no TVs, no air conditioners, no cars, without a cell phone? And his grandpa answered, actually, I think we had it better. We may have not had all the above that you mentioned, but look at what the kids in your generation don't have. No prayers, no respect, no sincerity, no modesty, and unfortunately, there's no shame. We old people are blessed, the grandfather continued. We played with real friends, not with virtual friends. We used to create our own toys and play with them. Our parents may have not been rich, but they gave us love. We may have had black and white photos, but we had the most colorful memories. My friends, bonding with our grandparents is not a one-way street. Let's take advantage and learn from them. Let's make sure they don't become a treasure destined to disappear. Shabbat Shalom.